Well, hello, internet. I hope you're doing wonderful. Hopefully, my sound settings are correct. I seem to do this every time. Looks like they're working. Yay. Hello to the World Wide Web. It's been a while. Am I going to answer the questions live? Yeah, we're going to do a live AMA. We're just here to hang out. We're just chilling. It's Friday. Maybe some of you ain't got no jobs. You ain't got no money. You ain't got stuff to do. That's from the movie called Friday. You should check it out. It's a classic. But we're just hanging out. So yeah, you got questions. I got answers, maybe. And if I don't have the answers, maybe I'll find somebody who does have the answers. But we'll just talk and hang out. What happened this week in tech? I don't even know. What news do you guys know of that we can talk about and chat about? I just got back from DEF CON on, well, like Sunday, basically. If you're not familiar with DEF CON, it's like one of the largest hacking conferences in the entire world. It's held in Las Vegas, Nevada. And yeah, it was big. It was a big convention. There's a lot of people there, like 30 something thousand people there. Great time though. But yeah, very overwhelming. So that's what I've been up to. That was like my week in tech, even though that was like last week. But this week has been like a total. I don't even know what this week has been. It's been different. That's for sure. So yeah, y'all got questions. Let's talk. Let's chat. Let's hang out. I'm not doing anything. Well, I am. I'm kind of working. I say kind of working because I'm kind of working. Today I got to watch Mr. Heath Adams go through a live stream pretty much all day today. We're doing a like a live like skill camp, 4 weeks long of hacking. It's a lot of fun. It's very interesting. It's the second one that we've done, and I keep learning new things all the time. Cat Snipes, you just got your first IT job. Congratulations. Good for you. Ovase, or I don't know how to say your name. You just completed your network admin tech certificate last month, which covered Linux essentials, MS server level 1, CCNA level 1 and 2, and hardware A plus course. That's a lot. There's a lot. Good for you, though. Congratulations. Ario, you have a systems administrator interview on Tuesday thanks to your home lab. That's awesome. Good luck to you. Hope you crush it. Here's some interview tips for you. If you don't know the answer to a question, which I feel like this comes up like so many times in like interviews, because sometimes they want to stump you, I feel like, or maybe if you're doing really well in an interview, they might throw like a little bit of like an alternative question at you to test your knowledge, or maybe you just simply don't know the answer to any question that they give you. Please be completely honest and say, I don't know the answer to that question, but, and this is the key thing right here, don't even give them time to say anything. You don't know the answer to the question, but this is what you would do to figure out. These are the steps that you would take to figure out the solution to that question. And that's like, you're going to get out on Google. You're going to ask your peers. You're going to look through a ticketing system. You're going to look through a knowledge base. There's so many things that you can do. But I would strongly encourage you to, one, be honest when you don't know the answer, but immediately follow it up with, here's the steps that you're going to take to figure out the answer or solution, what have you. KevTech IT support. It was a pleasure meeting you at DEF CON. You didn't have to super chat me, brother, but it was awesome meeting you, man. Finally got to meet KevTech IT support in person. That was an interesting day. We got to meet InfoSec Pat. Josh Mason was there. Man, there was a lot of people there. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you for being there. John Tinkler, entry level remote from home jobs. Like, do they exist? Is that what you're asking about? They do exist. That's for sure. Rudimentary. Just got your bachelor's in information technology, information assurance with security concentration. Help you with doing your resume. Well, I just put out like a video, I don't know, like a couple weeks ago or something that I think it's titled like "Fix Your Damn Resume." I would strongly encourage you to check out that video because that will walk you through the steps uh, to a better resume. Joe Helly, is pen testing entry level? It can be, right? I think you're living proof that it can be. Correct me if I'm wrong, right? Joe Helly. Hope you're doing okay today, Joe Helly. You say you don't have your CompTIA A plus yet, and you've applied for help desk jobs, but you didn't get any replies. Well, how many jobs did you apply for, and what does your resume look like? If your resume sucks, which, no offense to you, but it's just like the majority of the time, everybody's resume sucks. No offense. There are plenty of videos out on the YouTube that can help you with that. I just talked about one like 5 minutes ago, not even. Great video to check out. It actually directs you over to like Heath Adams' video where he talks in more detail about creating a better resume. I'll definitely check that out. It's worth it. Helly yeah, it is. I love that. Helly yeah. What's up, Joe Helly? What you saying? Do you need to spend years languishing in jobs you don't want so that you can be a pen tester someday? No, you don't. You don't. Like I feel like, man, like even just to like go on top of this further, right? Especially in the last few years, uh, be it, the grace of the World Wide Web and people sharing information and new and great learning material coming out and better material, like just coming out more frequently, that more or better align with like specific roles in the industry. It's much easier for people to choose a journey or choose a path into the information technology career field. Now, whether that be like network administration, whether that be pen testing, there are so many, like, there's so much just great content and learning material out there, and just information in general as a whole, that can help guide you down one of those paths where you don't necessarily have to languish and be tortured through like some help desk job. That's not everybody's path. Doesn't need to be everybody's path. Will that still be some people's path? Yeah, absolutely, and there's nothing wrong with that. So um yeah, it's just wild to see how the industry has evolved even in like the last 5 years. Like really truly, um we've gone through like a great evolution of just information that's available to help people. Just freaking phenomenal. Thank you very much for the super chat. You guys don't have to give me super chats. It's all good, but you're welcome for the tip, and I'm glad that's what you were thinking. Blitz, how can you start a career in IT? There are literally, and I say literally, like literally, how much I had to emphasize this at this point. There are literally over 1,000 videos on this YouTube channel that talk about how you can get started in IT. Like everybody's path is different. There's so many different ways to get into this field. Uh, I'm actually going to be putting out a video very soon. I've been putting it together for the last few weeks, really, because I really want to map out how somebody can find their career path within IT in 2023 and beyond. Because as I was like alluding to earlier, like there's so much information and so many good resources out there that can help you. And I feel like a lot of people don't like know and understand what those resources are. You're just not aware of them, maybe. But I'm going to be doing a video that literally kind of like walks you through. So, like, you know, you can answer this question for yourself almost because that's what it's going to take. And just to kind of like walk you through that, um, here's the steps. Go out on the YouTube, search up like information technology job titles, and you're going to find a ton of them. Like there are just probably hundreds, if not thousands, of job titles that exist within information technology. Write down all the ones that sound cool to you, like whatever the case may be, whether that's like a pen tester or, a network engineer, just giving really stupid examples. But um, write down all the different job titles that sound interesting. Like, yeah, that sounds like it would be kind of cool or whatever have you, write all those down and then go out on the Google and look up those job titles on like different job descriptions. See what types of different technologies and skills that those job descriptions are asking for those specific job titles, and you can write down those skills, write down like those the other things that they're looking for within that job title. And then once you go through, you got your job titles, you got descriptions for all those job titles, go out on the YouTube, go out on the Google, and look up a day in the life of that job title. And again, nowadays there's so many people out here on the interwebs creating content, which is phenomenal to see, talking about what they do every single day in their job role. So you're going to find different blogs, you're going to find different people doing videos, you'll find like different like TikToks and crap like that of people talking about here's what I do day to day in the life of my job role. So now you got these job titles written down that sound cool. You got these job descriptions and job skills and things that they're looking for these job titles. And you have an idea then of like what these people are doing on a day-to-day basis. So now you're able to like form this kind of like this picture of what like these jobs are, right? So hopefully as you've written all this stuff down, you can go through that list and you can say like, okay, well, whether you have experience or not, or knowledge or not, you can go through and say like, well, I have some of this knowledge, I know some of these things, or maybe you don't know some of the things that are talked about, or like the skills, you don't know some of the tools that are talked about, methodologies that they're talked about. Well, now you can go and take your time and look those up, right? Like go back out on the Google, go back out on the YouTube, find videos and content that exists that are explaining these different technologies and methodologies as they relate to, again, this specific job role that you're looking up. Once you go through this process, right? Like once you take all of these steps and you've developed like this picture in mind, like this idea of what this job role is, like you can determine like, does this sound good to you? Does this sound like a job that's interesting to you? Is that like a path that you want to take? Learning all of these different skills and technologies, like, is that something you can do? And, like, again, I'm going to have a video coming out about this that'll break this down a little bit further and get more in depth. But that's kind of like the process that you can take nowadays. And you, of course, like utilize Chat GPT, which we will in the video because Chat GPT is freaking baller when it comes to stuff like this. But you can really get like just such a good idea of, like what you need to do. You can understand the path that you need to take. Furthermore, you can like look up these different job titles on like LinkedIn and follow people who are in those specific job roles. And you can look in their history, their work experience, and see like the trajectory or the path that they took to get to where they are in that job role, right? So you can like look at like the things that they did within those jobs. You can look at like the different certifications that they have. You can look at maybe whatever different degrees that they have. And a lot of people in IT are very helpful. So sometimes you could even reach out to these people and ask them for advice. Ask them if they have advice for you on steps that you could take to get into the field, right? Or to get into that specific role, and ask 100 different people, you'll get 100 different answers. But you'll still hear very similar answers throughout those 100 people, right? So you can start to build you could build your own custom path. So like you don't have to specifically rely on like one person giving you this advice, and you never should. Like you never should rely on one person giving you like advice, like me, right? Or any other quote unquote influencer, right? We all have like our thoughts, our opinions. We all have seen people go through different journeys, but like it's up to you to kind of like take all of that information, pull it together, and weed out like what exactly is going to work for you and what's not. Um, like that's sorry, that's yeah. I cannot wait to make that video because so many people like Blitz here ask this question, like how they can get started in IT, and the answer is different for every single person. What's up, buddy?
Can Ron come over?
Did you ask mom? Ask mommy to text Rowan's dad. How about that? Thank you. Love you. You're the best. Okay, bye. Sorry, children aggro. But yeah, I mean, I hope that that's kind of helpful. I hope that like puts things into perspective, and stay tuned for that video because it'll be really, really good. I promise. I promise it will be. Going through the chat, I'll try to keep up as much as I can. It's hard sometimes. Ryan, serious chat. You just passed the PMPT recently. Congratulations. That is freaking awesome. I love to hear it. I love to see it. Go TCM as I'm like holding stickers. Yeah. Woo. Heck yeah. I have lots of stickers in front of me right now. This is my favorite sticker. Yeah. Yes. Love it. Anyway, yeah, go TCM. How can you further demonstrate you're prepared for a security role with only a year of IT experience? All on your resume, brother. So I would check out. You can check out the video that I did, which was just like a couple weeks ago. That says like "Fix Your Damn Resume." That's the title of the video, which ultimately leads into a video of Heath's, where he talks about like all the steps you need to take to make your resume better. But like between those two videos, um, you will be able to your resume like your that should be able to help you um better your advantage or better your chances of landing an interview and then potentially landing a position. Ryan, you can always reach out to us on the TCM Discord as well, and I believe that we have like a resume section over there on the Discord also, but you can hit me up on Discord if you want, and I can see what I can do to help as well. I'm not even going to try to butcher your name here. But you say last year you graduated an associate's IT program. During your 2 years in college time, you developed yourself in Windows and Linux system administration. But since then, you can't find a job, even an entry level. And you have more here. Every job you see an advertisement want at least 2 years experience in the field, but you can't have experience without getting a job, right? What would I recommend to do in this situation? So I have to refer back to this video for fixing your darn resume. It will help you it'll help you like project on your resume like just more knowledge, more hands-on knowledge, more I guess like quote unquote like expertise, or that's not the right word I'm looking for, but it'll help you word and align your resume better to help you get noticed, and to help kind of just show that you have like a certain level of knowledge or expertise. Definitely check that out, because that should be helpful for you. Because if you have a college degree, right? Yeah, you graduated an associate's. Yeah, so you have a degree. I mean, all in all, you should be more than ready to go for an entry level IT role. If you're sending out, tons of resumes and you're not getting any calls back, it's because your resume sucks. Like, I'm sorry to be so blunt, but just being honest. Like, that's always what it falls back to. Space Tacos, I love that name. Uncommon Humanoid. You've been in help desk for 2 years. What should you do to get a network admin, sysadmin role working on CCNA right now? CCNA is a great step. If you're currently in help desk, I would reach out to your system admins, your network admins in that current, the current organization that you're working with, and ask them if you can shadow them. Ask them if there's anything that you can help them with that directly relate to network administrator duties or system administrator duties, because you're going to want to have that stuff on your resume ASAP. And the best way for you to get that experience is, well, getting hands-on experience. And if you're already working in an IT facility or an IT role, well, it's going to often be much easier for you to try to shadow some of these people, or maybe take on some of their responsibilities, see if you can help them with any projects. So go to your manager and say, hey, I'm looking to advance my career. I would like to become a network admin or sysadmin. Can I work with our current team and help them with things from time to time? Because I want to gain that knowledge, and I want to be more helpful and things like that. That is the best thing that you can do in your current position, just from me seeing that you are working in help desk right now. Outside of that, the certification is going to be great. Building out home labs, that's going to be, phenomenal for you, because you're going to be able to get more hands-on experience, and you can simulate, virtualize like everything networking related nowadays, so you can get like GNS3, Packet Tracer. Um, those will let you virtualize like networking uh, scenarios and things like that. And that'll be very helpful for you. Anthony, you're about to graduate with 2 associates in CS and networking at 19. My goodness, what the heck? You like a prodigy or what? You just finished your first internship at a hospital, and you can't continue working. Any recommendations to setting up your resume? Again, go back to that video if you haven't heard, if you weren't here when I was talking about it. I'm just gonna find the video right quick because it seems like I'm gonna have to link to this fairly frequently. So please hold while I pull up this YouTube video for you. It is. I don't even know where it's at. I guess I put it out a long time ago. I think I just changed the thumbnail on it or something, and then like pushed it out. Hang on, I have no idea where it's at. Oh, there it is. Fix your darn resume. So that's the video right there that I keep referring to about fixing your resume. But yeah, definitely check out that video because you can definitely align like some of the duties, tasks, and stuff that you did in an internship on your resume that would really be helpful for you. You're going to have 2 associates and an internship. Like that's going to be on your resume already. Like you're going to stand out. You're going to be like one of those candidates that like people definitely take a look at or a second look at for sure. Just based on that alone, if you can really kind of, make your resume stand out as much as you can by following that video I just linked. I promise you, it's very helpful. And Kate, you got your A plus CSENT security plus CSENT. It's so old. It's been expired for like, or just like not around for like years now. It feels like I haven't heard anybody say that for a long time. Sorry. Anyway, AZ 900, MS 900, working in IT support for 3+ years, not able to figure out what you should do next or how to move up. Well, if you've been working in IT support for 3+ years now, you have more than likely or should have been like familiarized yourself with many different technologies that exist and many different like scenarios that exist within those technologies, working in the field for that long. So what out of like from what you have seen about information technology in the real world, like what interests you, like what are the areas that interest you? Is that cloud, is that networking, is it security, is it programming, is it there's so many different avenues that you can go down. But you have a familiarity with a lot of different technologies at this point. So it's kind of up to you. Like, what do you want to do next? What is going to be the most interesting and exciting for you? Like you have like limitless possibilities at this point. The great thing about you having 3+ years of experience is that it's going to be much easier for you to make these transitions into some of the roles that you might be looking at. You still might need to get some certifications. Those might be helpful for you depending on what that role is. Maybe if you are, like I said earlier, if you have like a current team where you can like shadow some of these different people, that'll be helpful for you as well. Jesse Johnson, you are legit, sir. It is good to see you. I hope you're doing all right. Don't forget to give the man some thumbs up. You can give me thumbs down too. I don't care either way. I'm just glad that you're here. Like seriously, sincerely. I love this channel so much. You've helped me so much deciding what to do. You really helped me figure out this what you want to do forever. Thank you. You're welcome. I'm here to help. Like that's why this channel exists. That's why next month, literally like 28 days from now, 24 days from now, will be like the 9-year anniversary of this YouTube channel. And I cannot believe that. Next year, this channel will be around for 10 freaking years. Like that is just mind blowing to me. Like cannot believe it. So yeah, I'm glad that I could help. I'm glad that anything that I'm doing at this point is helpful. Adrian, I want to say whatever. Anyway, I'm terrible with names. You work at a university in IT with amazing benefits, retirement, and PTO, making 67K. There's not much room for growth. Would I stay at this job or go private for more money and stress? I mean, I hate to say that going private is equals more stress. Going at any other facility or location could equal more stress because you don't know what's on the other side. They always say like grass isn't always greener, right? And that's kind of the truth. Whether that's going to be private or public, it's hard to say. When you transition positions, like you never know what to expect. That's just like reality. Um, if you're looking for growth, like, and you want to grow and you want to make more money, then yeah, I wouldn't stay at that job, right? Like if you're more than comfortable making $67,000 a year, and just getting, like annual increases and like whatever, like 1, 2, 3%, whatever the heck that is nowadays, right? Like that's fine. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like I've known people, like I literally worked with people who've worked in IT for over 20 years who still work help desk positions because they're comfortable with it, they enjoy it, and the pay is decent. Like, they might be making like 60, $70,000 a year. That's more than enough for them to get by. More power to them. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to drive and strive for more, um, yeah, I mean, you're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to say peace out. I want to do bigger, better things, and that's okay. Um, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, right? Like I would totally encourage that. I would encourage it like either way, no matter what you want to do. It's like it's ultimately up to you. Do whatever makes you happy. But like the fact is, like, yeah, you're just gonna have to piece out of there and go make more money. Like, I don't know how long you've been working there, but like, and I get it, like working for universities and working for like maybe even the state if that's the case. But like, there's a lot of really good benefits with that, and it can be hard to leave that. So you have to weigh all your options and all that. But I would piece out because I would want more money. That's just me. Space tacos, I love it. IT career questions. You can't stay, but you wanted to say thank you for everything you do for the community. You are very appreciated. I appreciate that very much. Seriously, just want to help. Really, truly, honestly, I just want to help. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Have a phenomenal rest of August. Thank you. You too. If you're still here, if you're not, well then, thank you for stopping by. Matt Bittner, what is up? How fast are people with and without IT experience getting hired? That's like such a loaded question, such an impossible question to answer. Um, and that's simply based on this. If you look at organizations across the world, right? Like you have different managers and directors who are going through the hiring process. And each one of these managers and directors are going to have different requirements for these positions. And they are going to be looking for maybe very specific things or maybe not so specific things. They're looking for very specific people that are going to be a good fit for their organization. Because I promise you, like, especially when it comes to IT, like sometimes managers and directors are getting hundreds of applications submitted for these open positions, and they're going to come across a lot of people who on paper are qualified for those positions, um but at the end of the day, like they're still going to be ultimately hiring for like cultural fit and other things and etc, right? Like they want to find people that are going to come into their team, and hit the ground running and be a good fit for that team, because like the last thing that anybody wants to do is like hire somebody who's not going to be a good fit on a team, right? Because it causes stress, it causes problems, and turnover and blah 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 blah. So with that being said, and why I kind of introduced you to that kind of like, let's think about this for a second, is because like you may be up against like somebody who has more experience than you, more degrees than you, more certifications than you, but you Matt, you might have like a great personality that totally fits like their like whole vibe in that organization, and you might be like so eager and ready to like learn, and you project that, and you just like you want that, right? Like that might be seen. that might be exactly what that IT director or manager is looking for in the person that they want to hire. So it's just like, like whether you have an IT experience or not, like sometimes like that doesn't matter, right? And I know that's like a really hard thing and like to swallow or understand, but like that's just truth. Like it's just that's reality, that's real life. So that's why you hear about people who have gotten into IT, have gotten really amazing IT positions with no or very little IT experience or no certifications or no degrees. And you're sitting here with like 10 degrees and certifications and like experience. Like, why didn't I get the job? Well, like, I'm sorry, like somebody might just have been a better fit. And that's okay. Right. Like you will find your place. You will find, where you need to be. And it might take time, but like, yeah, how fast, I guess, to go back to your original question here, because I go on these little tirades, I guess. It's hard to say. It's different for everybody, you know. Um, is especially like when it comes to entry level IT work, and I think with most IT work, but more specifically IT work, like entry level, your number one selling factor, what is going to help you get that position, like more so than anybody else, right? Whether like you're competing again against people with degrees and certifications and experience and blah 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 blah, the number one thing that's going to set you apart from everybody else are your soft skills, like your ability to communicate with people and like hold a conversation and have really good customer service. Because at the end of the day, like entry level IT work is 100% customer service, and most of IT as a whole is customer service. Spoiler alert. Sorry. But yeah, that'll always set you apart. That'll always help you land a role much quicker than somebody who doesn't have those same type of soft skills. Kevin, if you have your CompTIA A plus hardware and software, you can go pretty much at any, for sure. A plus is like the gold standard for entry level IT work. And there needs to be 20K people on the stream. I don't think I could handle a live stream with 20,000 people. We've done some live streams with like hundreds of people at one time. I mean, even like well, last year we had like a couple live streams with like thousands of people. That's a lot. More than 100 people is just like too much for me because the chat just gets too crazy and then everybody gets so upset because I can't answer all of the questions. Joe Hudson, it's so good to see you, sir. It's unfair how handsome this guy is. I don't know about that. Oh, look at Brady. What's up, Brady? The pharmacist. Are you red team? Are your red team skills pretty elite? Your first gig was in forensics, and you don't get to play with that skill set as much. Wondering if you do as part of your work with TCM. Dude, I don't get to do like anything technical anymore. It's so sad. It's really really sad for me sometimes when I think about it because like I mean I don't know how to describe it. Like I'm in technical things a lot, but I don't get to really like dive deep into the technical things anymore, and that's sad. All of my job is like marketing, but like it's all like cybersecurity and hacking and stuff like that, which like I have to stay up to date on all this stuff, and I try to stay up to date on all this stuff. And like Heath, like so today, like we're doing we do like these 4-week skill camps now, which are great for our PMPT. Excuse me. So like I show up to all the live trainings for those every Friday. So today I got to learn more about OSINT. Like I love that. So but this time for the skill camp, I got an account so that I can go through the labs with Heath and with Alex on those days. So I'm going to try to get a little bit more technical. And I really so desperately, like more than anything, want to go after the PJPT, which that's our practical junior penetration tester certification. Because there's only one course. I just have to go through the practical ethical hacking course on TCM to do that. So like that is definitely a goal of mine. I'm just trying to figure out how I can get that in. I just don't know nowadays. so much of my like what I do at I'm all over the place with the things that I do. So yeah, hope that answers your question because you made me sad. But you're welcome for the hat. I'm so glad I got to see you. For real, that was so cool. It's a great comment here. Learn the lingo of you're going in for an interview and understand ticketing systems like ServiceNow and different levels of tickets and SLAs. For sure. For entry level roles, like 100%. Should you need to complete your CompTIA A plus to get a help desk job? You already have an NAT certificate. What the heck is that? I mean, you might need to complete it for a help desk job, might not. It depends on how good your resume looks and how well that like translates to like what would be comparable that you would find on the A plus. Build out home labs, learn Active Directory, learn ticketing systems. Like those, that's gold mine, like right there. Like I tell everybody this who wants to just start out in entry level work, even beyond that, like ticketing systems and Active Directory are going to be your best friend all the time, 100% of the time. I've never heard this. Grass always dies on both sides of the fence eventually. That's so true. Holler. You are very welcome. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate everybody's hanging out. It's crazy. I haven't done a live stream in so long. Dennis Cole says it's the honest to God truth that you have no certs or degree. You got your foot in the door with a temp company doing Windows updates, did that for a year and got hired full time. You're going on 4 years full time. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. That like it's so cool, like the IT community. And the IT community as a whole. And I repeat myself so many times, but it's like literally you can like ask 100 different people who are working in IT, like how they got started, and you're going to hear so many different stories. And you're going to hear so many really cool stories too. Um, it's just phenomenal to see like the possibilities that I think people have in this field, and not a lot of people realize that. And I think a lot more people completely lack the confidence um as they're trying to like transition or get into this field. Like so many people are they have this mindset which I've seen throughout the like 9 years of doing this, right? Like that you have to know everything. And I just was in a call yesterday where we were talking about this specifically. um and it's like the question was like prompted to me like what I would do or say like if I could go back. um it's like if I could go back, like 20 plus years now of like, trying to like figure out what I needed to do to get into IT, like I would literally like just slap myself silly, like just slap the shit out of myself and say, look, dude, you don't need to know everything to get into this field. You don't need to know all of these different technologies and you don't need to know all of these different programs just to get started in this field. You will learn the stuff over time. And it's like if I could like reach through the screen, like reach through this camera and slap the crap out of some of you and tell you that like if that's what it took for you to like take the next step into your journey, like that's exactly what I would do. Because so many people need to hear that and understand that 99% of your job working in IT, especially as you're just getting started, is Googling everything. And that's okay. It's expected. Even myself was like 20 plus years of working in the world of information technology. I still don't know everything. I will never know everything. I probably understand like 0.1% of everything that you could understand about technology even after working in this field for over 20 years. Like if that puts things into perspective for some people, like that's legit. And you could ask again 100 different people that they'll tell you the same thing. Um like I should stop myself there because like there are tons of people out there like still who would be like, you need to know blah 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 to work in IT, and you need to know this right now, blah 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 blah. But that's just like that's not reality. Like that's not fact. Like honest to God, on everything, fact is You don't need to know everything. You just need to know how to figure things out. And Google is your best friend. And ChatGPT nowadays. They are your best friends. For real. Anyway, hope that helps. How the work from home jobs after CCNA, like after you achieve your CCNA or what? Like, what are you trying to do? There's tons of work from home jobs. Let's go. Yep. Dream real big. You dream real big for sure. Dream big. Jesus Lopez. I love this. True. You can teach the tech part, but you can't buy attitude. 100%. Hacker Jitsu. I recognize your icon. I know exactly who you are. What's up, Cameron? I hope you have a kick butt weekend as well. What's up, Josh Allen? OSINT is fun. I love OSINT. The PJPT is so fun. It is so dope. I love hearing that. That makes me so happy to hear. Truly. Ismail, why are IT professional jobs paying much less in 2023 than in 2022? You keep getting recruiters calling and emailing me for a job that pay $18 to $25 an hour when you've been making $30 to $40 an hour. Well, I mean, that's recruiters, I guess. I don't know what the job positions are that you're talking about. I don't know what your experience and or resume looks like. Who knows what information those recruiters have access to. So if they're like going out on LinkedIn or finding your resume somewhere and that's like out of date, right? Like then it's going to relate more to maybe a lower salary, right? But I don't think as a whole IT is paying any less necessarily. I mean, I still see people posting like help desk jobs for like $13 to $15 an hour, right? Like, and there's still people who take them. So yeah. But of course, there's help desk jobs that pay like $60,000, $70,000 a year. Just depends. Have I ever worked clearance jobs? I have not. I've never had a clearance. I'm sorry. David M, what's up? Where would one go to learn tech skills? You're leaning towards tech sales, a boot camp, or Net Plus Security Plus certifications. 46-year-old business degree, but truck driver past 8 years. Oh man, David, I would highly encourage you to go back to like more towards like the beginning of this stream, maybe like 5-10 minutes into the stream where I talked about basically what you can do to kind of figure out the journey that you can take specifically in getting into IT. Which to kind of give like a quick rundown, if I can, is basically look up a bunch of different job titles on the Google, which there are hundreds of thousands of them. Find out all the ones that are really cool sounding, and then look those up on like job searching websites. Like look up those job titles, see like the job descriptions for those job titles, see the different skills and technologies and things that they're asking for, write all those down. Then go out onto the YouTubes and the Google and look up a day in the life of those specific job titles and see what people are doing in those positions on a day-to-day basis. Write all that stuff down, then go out on LinkedIn and follow people in those specific positions, with those specific titles, and look at their path, look at their journey, look at like the different certifications they have, the degrees that they have, the experience that they have, and see how that kind of aligns with like the things that you're interested in and want to do. Once you pull all this information together, like once you like have all these different job titles with like all this information underneath it, then you can like go through that list and see like what would fit best for you, like because that's most important. Like I could tell you all day long, like because based on the like information that we can find on the internet, like what the highest paying IT jobs are and etc. Or what are the least stress paying IT jobs or what are the most stressful IT jobs. But like always people want to search for like where the highest paying blah blah blah. Just because like it pays well or it's low stress, high stress, what have you, blah blah blah, does not mean that that's going to be a good fit for you. Like you don't always have to chase a paycheck. Like in the world of IT, like the pay is always going to be there as you scale up through your career in IT. So like there's that too. But like if you're trying to meet a specific pay requirement, like you can map out a journey for you to help with that. So like Joe Helly is in the chat right now. Joe Helly used to be a mayor, like legitimately a mayor for a town, and he is now a pen tester. Like he skipped the help desk did not work a day in the help desk. Dude is a freaking senior pen tester right now. So like just to give you like ideas, like man, like there's so many different possibilities, so many different journeys that you can take. But it really takes it's going to take a little bit more effort on your end to map this out, you know. And again, I'll say this 100 different times, but ask 100 different people how they did it, you get 100 different answers. But you know, from those 100 different answers, you can then map out a better path for you based on, you know, your personality, based on what you're interested in. And that's the best way to do it. You know, like I love that people come to me for these types of questions, but like I don't know you personally. Like I don't know your personality and the things that interest you and all of those things, but you do. And you can pool this information from all across the world wide web and build a path based on, you know, that information, based on those things that interest you the most. And I hope that that helps. Yeah, 15 years in IT, and you still Google the stuff daily, for sure. I have like 4 Google tabs open right now. There's oh, 3. Google is my BFF. F. Best friend forever, forever, forever. Cat Snipes, in your help desk interview, they didn't ask about your degree or A plus cert. They asked about your ticketing and Active Directory experience, which is all from home lab work. I could just leave that on the screen this entire time because it is just so phenomenal and awesome to hear. Like this is why I always tell people like learn ticketing system, learn Active Directory, build a home lab, like yeah, practical, hands-on, real world, like applicable uh tools, methodologies, skills. Like that's what it's all about. And knowing how to figure this shit out, knowing how to put all this together, building a home lab and setting up Active Directory and building a home lab with a ticketing system. Yeah, that's what's up. What's up, Tiberius? It's always good to see you, sir. It was great seeing you as well. I was so happy that I got to meet you. I've been telling everybody that. I think I even put out on Twitter like the highlight for sure was definitely meeting you and Jack Resider for sure. Like it was just such like a cool experience. Um, I love that, man. Yeah, thank you for letting me you know, like sit down with you and hang out for a little bit. That meant a lot for sure. So cool. DEF CON, freaking coolest experience ever. For real. On so many levels. It didn't mean to make me sad. I was just kidding, bro. You're all good. I didn't mean to dox you, bro. Love you a long time. Do I take consultations? I don't. What do you want me to consult you with? We have a if it's for like getting into IT or getting into like pen testing, we have a PCRP program, which is our practical career ready professional program, which focuses on like soft skills and um your resume and interviewing and helping you get a job and all that fun stuff. Check it out on T. I will link you to HTTPS certifications.tcm. It's like bam. Oh wait, I screwed that up. Redo, redo. Ah, don't click that. That's missing. It's missing a letter. I can't edit that. Fail. I failed you all. I still missed the C on the second time. A Microsoft exam still worth taking? Yeah, like anything Microsoft is worth taking, quite honestly. And the only reason why I say that is because Microsoft looks good on your resume. This is like true story. Kira VD is try hack me a good start included with Security Plus. I mean, I don't think there's anything on try hack me that actually directly relates to the Security Plus. You can correct me if I'm wrong there, but you know, like Security Plus, it's a multiple choice question exam, and try hack me is very much like, hey, let's try to get your hands dirty in some of the stuff. So maybe they'll teach you some things about like stuff that you would find on Security Plus potentially. I don't know. They have like I'm sure they have like Wireshark and Nmap stuff on there, which is talked about in Security Plus. So yeah, maybe, but Yeah, I wouldn't utilize TryHackMe for anything Security Plus related because they're just different things. Do I have any thoughts on a master's degree for MIS or cybersecurity? They hold their own weight, or is it better spent on certs? I mean, that's a great question. I can tell you from like our own personal like knowledge, like when we post jobs for like pen testers, like I think it was like there was like one or two people out of like the hundreds something like applications that we got that did not have a degree. So like 99.8% of people or whatever, had a degree, which is very interesting to see. Um, it was very interesting to see actually. But anyway, like get to the point, like a master's degree is always going to hold value no matter what. Like hands down, it's always going to be meeting a checkbox. It's always going to be something that's going to put more weight or value on your resume, on your quote unquote self worth. I hate like putting it that way, but whatever. It's always going to be helpful, especially if you're looking for any type of like management or above type of role. Masters will always come in handy for you. Is it required by any means? No, it's not. Will certifications get you there? Certifications will absolutely get you there, unless again you're looking at like those management or director types of roles. Um, so it still holds a ton of weight. Like I would never discourage or tell anybody like don't go after a master's because it's always going to be a good thing for you. Does anyone else feel weird starting a career in cyber at an older age? Um, I'm sure I mean, I could tell you for a fact, a lot of people do. I mean, weird is kind of like a funny way to put it, I guess, but I can see and understand where a lot of older people come from when they're looking to get into IT, whether that it's in cybersecurity or any other type of IT role. A lot of your competition are younger people, but that it's just like doesn't matter. You're always going to have people who are going to discriminate against you, no matter what those reasonings are. But especially when it comes to information technologies, more specifically like cybersecurity, like being older has its benefits. It has a lot of value. You have a lot of different perspective that you can bring to the table that younger people just they don't bring. They don't have that. They don't have that knowledge of working in the real world where you who are whether you're like 30 something 40 something 50 something 60 something plus even right like you have years of knowledge working in industry, no matter what industry that is, no matter what those jobs are, like that there's a certain level of like knowledge that comes with that is always going to be helpful. And there's always just different perspectives that are always going to be helpful. So like I understand you want to feel weird or whatever about it, but like don't. Nobody cares. We just care that you care about working in this field. Like that's what a lot of people care about. Like probably sounds super cheesy, but it's the truth. If you're an older person who's trying to get into cybersecurity, like there's a lot of dedication and passion and everything that goes into that. And a lot of hiring managers and directors will see that and they'll value that. So there's nothing at all wrong with that. How valuable is CCNAP really compared to? Well, I mean, the CCIE is better than the CCNP. I mean, certifications always add value. Um, Number one, but like CCNP, it's more valuable than the CCNA, right? But to answer that question, like from a real world perspective, like it doesn't matter what I tell you. It matters like what the person hiring you thinks of that certification. What is that? What is that organization or what type of value or weight does the organization you're applying for hold on CCNP versus CCNA versus CCIE? That's really where value comes from, right? At least in the way that like I'm taking your question, I guess, or trying to understand your question. F Toyota. You're in Northern Nevada. You're able to get interviews but not get hired. Do I have any tips? I have a video that's probably a couple of years old now that talks about going through the interview process. I would definitely check out that because if it's great that you're getting the interviews, but now we need to like kind of like talk through like what are the best like steps, excuse me, that you can take during an interview, or what are the best tips that I can give you during an interview. That video, it's a couple years old. You can find it on this channel, but it's definitely worth watching. You know, talks about how to answer questions and types of questions you'll get and how to maneuver around them and all that type of stuff. I'm trying to go through questions. Sorry. There's so many questions. Brandon, what's up? You said, haven't seen any of your stuff in a while. Glad to watch your content. First channel you followed when you got interested in IT. Now you're about to start your cybersecurity degree after 9 years in the Navy. Thank you for your service. And thank you for sticking around here with us. Always appreciate that. Oh my gosh, Jesus Christ. You've been around forever. What is going on? I hope you are doing well. What are good certifications to go after you're getting into a sysadmin role? Probably like VMware certs and Microsoft certs, cloud certs mainly nowadays. What is this? What are the type of certs that we offer? A friend from IT Pro TV said you have a cert for A plus. Does it hold weight? We don't have any A plus certs. We don't even have content that focuses on that yet. I'm still trying to work on that. Slowly but surely, we'll get it done. All the content that we have is all for cybersecurity, and that goes to like TCM security, more specifically, I should say. What you saying, Jesse? You're piggybacking off of somebody? Off Cat Snipe. You were asked about the TCM PJPT in an interview. When I explained the process, my knowledge of AD, HR, and AT guy looked at each other and took notes. That's always good to hear. I love, like literally love telling people about like the PMPT and the PJPT who like have no idea what they are. Especially people who are like familiar with other certifications, like we'll go across the board here, like CompTIA Pentest Plus, like EC Council's Certified Ethical Hacker, the CEH, or like OffSec's OSCP. Those are all certifications that are supposed to be focused more on ethical hacking, penetration testing. They're either like multiple choice or you're capturing flags. They're just like unrealistic. Where like the certifications that we offer at TCM Security are really like mimicking a real world penetration testing engagement. And like that is like the coolest freaking thing in the world to me. Like the fact that we're able to do that, like the fact that anybody is able to do that is just phenomenal, because that is truly testing your knowledge and testing what you know as it relates to like real world penetration testing, right? Like this is what you're going to see and expect like in the real world, where like some of these other certifications like take you down so many different rabbit holes and like you're not really like getting hands on with anything. It's not like showing you real world. Like it's not. Anyway, sorry. Always makes me so excited. Suedo Space Marine. You're a recent IT graduate. You're struggling looking for an entry level job. Do you have any tips in making the job search more effective? Yeah, this video right here. Watch that video about fixing your dang resume. That's step numero uno for sure. Lakshay, you're a student and last year of your computer science degree. You're thinking about getting a CCNA because cybersecurity requires 4 more years of experience, and you're confused if you go for your A plus first. Well, you're a student in computer science. You're talking about a CCNA. You want to get into cybersecurity, and then you're talking about A plus. All over the place. Like you are literally like all over the place, and that's okay. Like computer science, definitely that like that type of degree would more align you with a job in cybersecurity. So like if your goal is to work in the cybersecurity, like first of all, you have to figure out like what role it is that you want to work in cybersecurity. So step numero uno, go out on the Google and look up cybersecurity job titles, cybersecurity job roles. You're gonna find a ton of them. I've gone through this a couple times. So anybody in the chat who's heard this already in this live stream, I apologize. I really do. Anyway, look up these job titles, search them out on Google and on YouTube. And basically look up in the day of life of like these different job titles within cybersecurity. Find the stuff that's interesting to you that you want to do. Find the roles that you're interested in that sound exciting. Look at the different technologies, skills, methodologies, tools, blah blah blah, things that they're looking for, and then start learning those. And then you can even further, like once you've identified like a few specific roles within cybersecurity that are of interest to you, go out on LinkedIn and find people who are working in those specific roles. And you can look at their job history. You can look at all the certifications that they have. You can look at the degrees that they have. You can look up all this information about them, about their journey. And you can kind of like put things together for you to see how that can align with your journey. Like, maybe like one person did a couple certifications and like that helped them, right? And like so much. I'm sorry. Like I've gone through this a couple times, so I'm getting tired of yeah. Go back to like the first 5 or 10 minutes of this live stream where I talk about this in more detail, and it'll be very helpful for you, I promise. Yeah, if you want to get in cybersecurity, like you don't necessarily have to get a CCNA or an A plus. Like you could like spend your time getting a different certification that more aligns with the role that you want to be working in. I hope that helps. BN, you have no cert or degree and you've been help desk job for over a year now. They've taught you knock in the past month. You'll be going to knock full time soon. Grateful they gave you the opportunity. That's awesome. No cert or degree, working in help desk, going over to the knock. That's awesome. Good luck to you. This is a great question. Do I think the role of a business intelligence BA is still relevant in today's IT landscape? Yes, 100%. And the wonderful world of ChatGPT can help you in those types of roles. Kind of. You still have to be smarter than ChatGPT, but it can help you. Which would I go for? Cisco CyberOps Cert versus CompTIA Security Plus. You want to get into a SOC job? Probably the CompTIA Security Plus. I have to look more into the Cisco CyberOps Cert. I've heard about it. I haven't looked into it enough, but like CompTIA Security Plus is still like widely known, and that would very much help you in like a SOC type of position. Even like just going through like the Google IT Support Professional Certificate, such a mouthful. The information that you will learn in that coursework or in that training, whatever, that information really aligns to a SOC type of role. Hello, CCNA or Network Plus? CCNA all day long, every time, every single time. I will always tell somebody to get the CCNA. You want to learn, like you want to be in networking or learn networking or get a networking certification, get your CCNA because it will always hold the most market value. And that is so important. And the CCNA is also cheaper than the Network Plus. I would encourage you though to go through Network Plus like training, but absolutely do not go and spend money on that certification because your money is better off spent on the CCNA. Yay. Like, oh, you watched my video. Take good notes before your interview and you rocked it. So thanks for all the great content. You're welcome. I didn't realize that it's already 5:17. So I went like a little bit past what I wanted to do, which is fine, which is great because I got to spend time with all y'all. I really want to do more of these live streams. Like it was my goal this week to do a live stream, and I accomplished that goal, and I am incredibly proud of myself. I'm going to give myself a pat on the back because I have not done a live stream. Like I have not done a dedicated live stream to just this, doing this thing, what we're doing right now, hanging out. I haven't done this in a long time, so that was my goal this week, and I got that accomplished. Super stoked about, really, super happy about. But anyway, that's all I got for y'all today. So if you want more of these, we'll try to do them more. But you can always find me out on the LinkedIn. That's where I spend most of my time paying attention to things nowadays because, like, honestly, LinkedIn is the ultimate platform as far as I'm concerned. Add me on LinkedIn though. Let's hang out. But that's all I have for you in today's live stream. Thank you again for hanging out with me. Really do appreciate it. Enjoy your Friday. Enjoy your weekend. Thank you, Jesse, for coming to hang out. Thank you, Joe Hudson, for coming to hang out. Thank you, Joe Helly, KevTech, and then of course, like everybody else in the chat who's answered questions or asked questions. I really do appreciate you guys and the support, and you guys just coming to hang out. That's legit. That's really cool. So anyway, have a good weekend and take it easy. Love y'all. Peace.